Since they finna take away our food, we need to take back what's ours. They wanted us hungry. They forgot who we are.
Shaniqua's Loot in theaters this spring.
It's looking bad, guys.
Look at all these hungry hippo ass niggas. Look at these fat ass niggas, bro. Y'all wanna get to stepping in your mouth? These hungry hippo ass niggas, bro.
So the EBT SNAP looting has begun. But I'm not going to lie to you. I am actually proud of the American citizens, those of us who receive SNAP benefits, the 42 million Americans who depend on government assistance to survive or ball out. The looting has not been to the level that I expected it to be. Nothing near me has been looted. And let me just tell you, living in California, we have some of the most depraved degenerates there are. So if it ain't going crazy here in LA County, it can't be going all that crazy anywhere else. But there is indeed some looting going on. And outside of the looting, there is some EBT SNAP deficiency motivated ignorance taking place as well. Check this out.
Shoplifters assaulted 2 employees on Sunday, hitting one worker on the side of the head with a cell phone.
Oh, wow.
My goodness. The suspects are charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon.
What the hell?
NBC 10's Robert Goulston talked to
they
one
tripping
customer
about?
who
EBT.
captured it all on his cell phone. That's some wild video, Robert.
It sure was, Glenn. Jeff Cuddy actually wanted to head down to Market Basket on Sunday after the Patriots had that big win against the Browns. But he says when he walked inside, what he saw was even more exciting than that game. Jeff Cuddy had no idea what he was walking into.
I hear someone over there fighting
at Market Basket in West Bridgewater.
That's why I had my cell phone on me, because I put my grocery list on there, obviously. I look over and they're fighting like crazy.
Police say Olivia Bird and Regine Bird were approached by an employee because they didn't pay for several items, including lobster meat, prime ribeye steaks, and truffle butter. The encounter escalated, and police say the 2 women assaulted 2 employees.
I was about to have steak and shrimps.
She cracked him hard with that cell phone right in the face. And the guy was real respectful and responsible, and he just let it go.
The women were located in the parking lot by police and placed under arrest. According to court documents, the women said they were filling an Instacart order, but it was canceled, but police say they could not provide any documentation of that. The women then told police an employee put the items in the cart.
You don't act like that, especially in the grocery store. There's older ladies in there, there's children in there, the ladies using the F word, the N word, using all kinds of words that don't even belong in vocabulary.
Cuddy is relieved nobody was hurt, and he still cannot believe something like this happened at the basket.
But I was thinking maybe where the Patriots just kicked the Browns' butt, maybe inside it was a couple of fans fighting each other over the game, not people acting like this.
And during the same week, on Tuesday of this week, 2 employees up at the Market Basket in Tewksbury were also assaulted. Police there arrested Kristen Hartman. She is charged with pushing one employee and pushing a cart into another. She's also charged with resisting arrest and vandalizing the Tewksbury Police Department.
I'm speechless because doesn't matter the reason, is not supposed to act like that.
Investigators say the women deliberately slipped higher-priced food like lobster, ribeye steaks, and truffle butter in blue bags while they were checking out. And police say when workers confronted them about not paying for the items, the women started attacking them and yelling racial slurs.
People are shoplifting. They're getting beat up for trying to stop the people. That's not fair to them. I mean, it's really messed up.
Police arrested Olivia and Regine Bird in the parking lot. The sisters are now facing charges, including assault and battery.
So you guys watch that. I don't want to say it's par for the course, but you see some ladies getting cracking with the employees at World Market or Food Barn or whatever. I didn't even look at the name. but they were apparently doing an Instacart order. But while doing the Instacart order, they were attempting to smuggle out very high-end items in the grocery bags that they were packing the Instacart order in. Kudos to those ladies for dealing with their lack of EBT by taking advantage of online jobs such as Instacart to make ends meet. But I'm going to give them the finger wag because y'all know better than to try to steal while you're in the act of doing Instacart. Come on now, ladies. Let's do a little bit better. But what really tickles me about that situation is they weren't stealing the bare necessities. It wasn't like they were taking a loaf of bread. They weren't taking just a carton of eggs, some butter, some milk, things like that. As a person who is a former grocery manager, I'm not going to lie. There were times when I saw people steal, and based on what they were stealing, I would choose to look the other way because I realized that these were things that were absolutely essential to survival. Ladies stealing not saying this is right, and I don't condone it, and I will snitch on you, but a lady stealing a loaf of bread and some sandwich meat, I mean, that person is trying to eat. You can't take that outside the store and sell it. But when you're stealing lobster and crab meat and everything else like that, these are not survival items. These are luxury items. And too many times you have people trying to live high off the hog, and when their ability to live high on the hog is impeded or impacted, they resort to crime. For people like that, I have no remorse. I have no sympathy. There's a gentleman who made a very, very timely point. He said, only in America do you have people checking a $1,200 phone. They're using a $1,200 phone to complain about not receiving their EBT or SNAP benefits.
Only in America do we have people that have $1,200 iPhones checking to see if their SNAP benefits hit.
Because when you start taking the EBT away, this what's going to happen. Yeah.
Now, the government is shut down. We know this. You may not know who's the reason for the government being shut down. And I just want to tell you that if you do your research, even a soft Google search, you will quickly come to the realization that the Democrat Party is using the shutdown of the government as a form of leverage over the Republican Party to get some things passed. They really, really, really want to stay on the books, particularly the provision of universal health care, free health care for illegal immigrants.
Shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leverage times we have.
Now, the Republican Party, and I've explained this before, and I'll explain it again. The Republican Party is actually attempting to get the Democrats to vote to approve a continuing resolution. That is like a temporary opening of the government while they negotiate the funding bill. And before, the Democrats just wanted to keep the government open until November 21st. While they negotiated the permanent funding bill, the Democrats said no. Now, I want to remind everyone, this is something that all Congresses do. They negotiate, they don't reach an agreement, so they vote for a continuing resolution, a CR, to keep the government open while negotiations continue. Democrats aren't even trying to do that, and that is very troubling. How people are voting and supporting and cheering for a political party that is willing to starve their children and say that political party, they're the good guys, and the other side, that they're the bad guys. Look, it makes no sense to me. What I do know is that the government needs to be open. The Democrats need to stop playing politics with people's ability to feed themselves and feed their families. And the American people need to take a lesson from this and do everything they can to keep from being dependent on the government. You cannot depend on a man-made government to feed you and be there for you 100% of the time. No family's hopes and dreams should rest on whether or not they get a food stipend from the federal government. Those who need it, I want them to have it. As an American, I can tell you, I will fight and die for you to have it. But those of you who are just taking advantage of the system, exploiting the system, and you know who you are, do better. Stop relying on the government, because when it falls through or when there's a delay or a shutdown, now you out here trying to steal so that you can continue to live the life that you've grown accustomed to, living a life of luxury off of the hard-earned taxpayer dollars that people like me and most of the people watching this go out and work to earn. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. I appreciate every single thing you do for me and this channel. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we want to do that as soon as we get on here. Until the next time, peace.